Hey, buddy. Just over here. How's the piece going?
What?
How's the piece going?
Oh, it's
Good. Good. Mind if I tape your bag up?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sweet.
There's some bugs back there.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's okay. Why are you squeezing them out?
because they're heavy.
Ah.
I was gonna go for the dump and step on, but that is something you never do in front of a camera.
So how many trees are you bagging up there?
270.
270, is that what you usually go with? You like that?
No. Well, with these boxes, it's about as much as I'm gonna do.
Why, they're a little heavy?
Heavy and big. And this piece is really shallow, and I could even get away with doing less because it's not even 270 there and back.
You're running the length of the piece?
Yeah, I suppose. Yep. But fuck, it seems like a lot of bag ups if you do less than 270.
Yeah.
Are you coming in?
Yeah, I think I might. At your leisure.
Okay. My pants like you got some major slash pile issues here.
Alright.
Half the piece. I'm always easy.
One evening as the sun went down and the jungle fires were burning, down the track came a hobo hiking, and he said, boys, I'm not turning, I'm going to a land that's far away, beside the crystal fountain, so come with me, we'll go and see the Big Rock Candy Mountain. In the Big Rock Candy Mountain, they're the land that's fair and bright, and the handouts grow on bushes, and you sleep out every night. The farmers' fields are full of fruit, and the barns are full of hay. Oh, I'm bound to go where there ain't no snow, the rain don't fall, and the wind don't blow, in the Big Rock Candy Mountain. In the Big Rock Candy Mountain, you never change your socks, and the little streams of alcohol come a-trickling down the rocks. The brakemen have to tip their hats, and the railroad bulls are blind. There's a lake of stew and a whiskey too, and you can paddle all around them in a big canoe in the Big Rock Candy Mountain. In the Big Rock Candy Mountain, all the jails are made of tin, and you can walk right out again as soon as you are in. The bulldogs all have rubber teeth, and the hens lay soft-boiled eggs. Oh shit, ain't no snow, the rain don't fall, where the lemonade springs, where the bluebird sings, in the Big Rock Candy Mountain. That's all I remember. Oh, there ain't no short-handled shovels, oh yeah, no axes, saws, or picks. I'm going away to where you sleep all day, to where they hung the Turk that invented work, in the Big Rock Candy Mountain.
Yeah.
Sorry, last verse. I gotta listen to that CD again.
Nice. Sharpen that up. Yeah.
That's funny.
Fucking A.
Hey guys, we'll start right now. Ledge, you coming?
I'll do that short guards.
Okay, that's the good stuff. Okay, this is our second of 3 meetings of the night. The best one probably. Basically, as you guys can see, there's a little bit of work still to be done, and it's a bit fly-by-night, you might say. But as you can see, it happens really fast when everyone pitches in, and we've already put a really good chunk into what we need to get done. So thanks to everybody who was working hard, and Dave Rowe has just been outstanding thus far.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with 40 minutes of pain. That's what we're calling it. I just spat to emphasize how painful it's gonna be. As far as what needs to get done in the next little bit is we've got six stations, if you will, and they're all pretty fun. I wouldn't say one's better than the other. But we need 6 people with each management person. And maybe Megan, why don't you say what you do?
I need some people, tall people preferably, to help me put up the lights and hook up the electrical and dig the wires on the ground for the mess tent.
Dave Rowe?
I need people who have really short limbs and long torsos, and preferably really short arms, and legs is not as quite as important, but 6 people.
6 people.
For what?
I know. I need as many people as there are shovels.
You need about 8.
8 to finish the shitters and dig the slurry pit. Everyone's favorite job.
Don Juan Davila?
I need 6 people to go around, look for logs or rocks, and then bring them to the dry tent, the mess tent, and the tent beside the shack.
That's a good station.
I just need people to get food off the ground so we can eat. 3 people, 2 people.
So I need the 6 to meet me by the fire cache.
Okay.
My job's easy.
Tall people follow me.
Hard ass shit is with Peters. If you're fucking hardcore,
Come on,
go with
Bert,
Peters.
do it, buddy.
If you're a bit of a softie, head over with Matheson.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just go in here and plant over to the line.
Oh yeah.
You think we can plant in front of it?
I would, yeah, right in this little gap. Should be your classic slash pile.
Yeah, this is not bad.
Elongated though.
Yeah, not gathered. Ooh, there's wind.
You know, like, I don't know, like, it becomes so easy for us to do this job, but it really, like, you think of your first week, it's so difficult, this job, right? And, like, people forget that sometimes, just how, like you get so used to it, how just draining it is, like, mentally, and how tough it is, and how amazing it is that we do it. And, like, I think it's just, like, to step outside and to, like, flash light on, like, what these kids are going through to pay for school, it's pretty amazing.
Is this a meeting or what?
Jog it out.
Apparently.
Okay, guys. To start off, I just want to say, without getting too mushy and, you know, getting too in depth, the feelings that I'm feeling inside, you just won't ever in your life find people like are out here right now. And what just happened the last 45 minutes was just blowing my mind. Like, it was fantastic. So I can't even tell you how impressed I am, but you know what? I knew it. Like, you guys are just so awesome. So good job. We're not 100% right now, but we're looking a hell of a lot better than we were an hour ago. I was supposed to introduce it.
Class of 05.
To open the 2005 Tolko season.
It's just begun.
What year? 11?
It's begun.
Is this year 11? Bert did a shotgun to sort of symbolize, you know, all the trees that are going on the ground. And Bert, can you say a few words here?
I got nothing.
You got nothing, Kian? I'd like an elder to say something.
I'll say.
Elder.
That's it?
I think that's
The elders have spoken. Anyway, great job. I don't want to keep you here for too long. As far as the plan for tomorrow is, just want to make sure that everyone knows what's going on in as much detail as I can give you. We're flying in tomorrow morning to RW2, which we did a lot of the RW blocks before. And we're going to wake up at 6, and the first flight is going to be at 7. Tentatively, the first crew out is going to be Juan's crew, second crew out is going to be Peter's crew, third crew out is going to be Rose's crew, and we're going to switch it up every day of the shift, so everyone's going to be going early, everyone's going to be going late. So don't worry about that.
Do you have a mentor for planting that, anyone that taught you the ropes? Really showed you the everything?
No.
Who's your first crew boss?
Al Luengo.
Oh yeah.
Al could be a mentor, but not so much in like, here's how you plant trees. You know, nobody can teach you that.
something you gotta learn yourself?
Yeah. Like even last week when I came back at the summer, I was fucking shitting the bed. I wanted somebody to like give me some tips. But you can't do what other people do because it just doesn't work.
When we get into the block, Paul Chapman is coming out tomorrow. He's, for those of you who don't know, he's the Tolko silvicultural forester, whatever he is, technician. He's the head honcho. He's a really good guy, and we're really lucky to have such a nice client. So he's gonna be out there, and he's gonna talk to you guys a little bit about lots of stuff, but obviously be respectful. And we're gonna do a fire catch station because one of the big things that Tolko wants this year is they're gonna be running audits on us. I'm gonna go into like serious detail on it tomorrow, but they're gonna come in and they're gonna say, there's a fire over there and tell me what you do. But the big one that he keeps saying, which I think he's hinting at is actually gonna happen, is he's gonna say there's a fuel barrel over there with a bullet hole in it, which is probably not that crazy around here.
Yeah.
So basically the same thing, you have to say, and again, we're gonna go over exactly what you would do in this situation. We're gonna take you through the fuel spill kit and all that sort of stuff tomorrow night. But for tomorrow, you can find the nearest person with a radio, nearest management, and tell them what's going on. So that's that.
Whose planting style do you really like out there? Or from this camp? Anyone in particular strike your mind?
I like Juan.
And then Juan. I mean, Juan is by far, everyone would say the same thing, I think. It's pretty obvious. He's so smooth. He's so fucking smooth. He stays low. Juan, on a good day of planting, would never get above here. Like, Juan would just be going like this. Just crouching. Like, I don't know, as if he was in a fight with a fucking large cat at all times. He'd hover, and if you don't have to go up to here and then come down to there every time, if you're just going like this, like if your back can take it, it can work. Like, it's really good.
So what is your name?
What is my name? My name is Juan Davila. Juano.
And how long have you been tree planting?
This is my 5th year, Schram, man. 5 years of this shit. I love it. I've been having a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How'd you get involved in tree planting?
Well, it's actually a very interesting story. When we used to live in Colombia, my parents always used to get people into our home, like, you know, open the doors to travelers and stuff. We were kids, I think we were maybe 12, 13, and one guy passed by. He stayed with us from Canada, and he was a tree planter. And obviously we were just we lived in the forest at that time in Colombia. We talked about tree planting, and it was kind of a dream. I never expected to come to Canada. It happened.
Wow.
And when we came here, it was always like, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go tree planter with my brother.
And now you're a crew boss.
Now I am a crew boss. This is a new job, but I still consider myself a planter. One of the most difficult parts of it is actually, you know, trying to feel not as a planter sometimes. You gotta make decisions that are gonna get some planters upset or happy, but yeah, it's an interesting time for sure.
Absolutely.
Now I get to drive a bus.
Yeah.
We've got to plant lots of trees tomorrow, nothing crazy, but we got to sort of get out of here in 3 days. That's the plan for the shift, so I'll explain more tomorrow, but you guys will have a good day tomorrow, I think. So last thing, and probably most important thing, is I want to introduce Emma. If you didn't meet her last night, Emma is our cook, and she's had a trying day. We're trying to get her all her stuff as quickly as we can, but she wants to talk just a few minutes about a few things, I think. Want to take the podium, or?
No, I don't. I just actually, tonight all I just need to know is how many people are vegetarians. Some people emailed me, but I think there's around 10 or 12, so. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome.
They're good.
Okay, and no vegans, no allergies. Okay, that's wonderful news.
Do you want to quickly just say what the setup is for?
Yeah, I haven't really decided. I think tomorrow I'm just going to serve in the There'll be a lunch table and a breakfast table in the mess tent, which is probably pretty normal. And then I guess I'll just serve in the cook shack. I may not do that for the whole contract. I'll just sort of see how it goes. But tomorrow I'll serve in my cook shack the hot breakfast. Yeah, I think that's everything.
I miss cook for this is her 3rd year cooking, and she's awesome by all accounts. So
We heard she's really good.
we're really lucky to have her.
Yeah!
I'll see you guys in the morning.
That's about it. If anybody has any questions about tomorrow, I'm happy to answer them. Going forward, we're gonna deal with all that tomorrow. So, any questions?
12 lucky from the band.
There's one in the back of Juan's van.
30 club.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in the G unit.
Really? I know where they are.
If anyone finds an 8-ball of Coke, Morning, Lammer. What's with the duct tape? Can you discuss what you're doing with duct tape?
Duct taping my fingers so that they don't rip, get deeply infected.
Right now. Many injuries in tree planting.
Yeah, many injuries.
Where's some injuries? We got burned ankles.
Yeah.
Cuts, many cuts on the knees, all over. We got a little chafe. A little chafe there.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Rubbing of the bags. And here's another. The infection.
The infection.
And now, the operation. Oh man, it is tender. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that feels. Oh yeah, there she goes. I think I gotta open it right up to see what's in there. This is some real bush surgery.
I made a special request.
I will kick you in the teeth.
For the water run.
Did anyone not get a pop?
Hawkeye should be proud of me right now.
No, it's brand new.
Brand new.
Megan, gosh. 4 Diet Cokes for the next 2 days? 3 and a half.
One for lunch and one for afternoon. This is another world.
What was it called the other day?
Hey.
Great crash.
Bringing us into purgatory.
Winged spawn of Satan.
obviously in part of the problem and also the solution, right? In terms of me, planting and reforestation, for example, isn't the solution. Right now it's our best solution, but it shouldn't be the sort of end all. That also actually lends to the idea that you are spending 10 hours a day by yourself, but if you look at the environment and the setting in which you're spending those 10 hours, you're in a clear cut. You're sort of at this beginning stage of beautiful regrowth, natural regrowth, and then planted or programmed regrowth, which is you putting your trees into the ground. So you're not battling against nature, but at the same time you're thinking you're giving it, a lending hand, but then you're doing it in a way that nature never would. Nature wouldn't put 3,000 of the same species of trees into the ground at one go.
So the piece is going well?
Yeah, it's nice and unscarified. A little grid and mathematical work, like a squash
Oh, yeah.
game.
Yeah. How you working it?
Going back an L.
Back in an L.
Yeah.
What do you got there? Black spruce.
Black spruce.
Yeah. Any deep thoughts today in your piece?
Not yet. Just finishing. Well, I think these trees are going to grow fantastically.
Yeah. What do you think about this soil around here?
I think it's great, fertile soil.
Yeah.
A lot of things to decompose on the top.
Sure.
Not all cleared away like Quebec or Swan River.
Yeah. Did you say this used to be a black spruce land? A few poplars
Like
sitting
it
around.
looks like a lot of black spruce, eh?
Yeah.
It's kind of swampy and lowlands. I've been learning a lot about the reforestation process this year more than ever.
Oh yeah?
I'd say, combined with Rez's knowledge, questions to the head foresters. Sometimes I don't know if I agree with scarification.
Try to explain scarified and unscarified.
Right.
They say they do it to disrupt the roots of alders and things that will compete with the trees they plant.
The machine, with a bunch of chains on the back, has pulled rips through the land.
A rip being what?
A rip being a trench.
But I think it really fucks with everything. Destroys a lot of species. Whereas unscarified doesn't as much because they cut it in the winter.
Instead of having to look at an unscarified piece, which I'll explain in a minute, you are looking at straight rows.
Scarification usually takes place, well, sometimes in the summer, sometimes in the winter. But it just rips everything up.
Yeah.
Fucks up with the drainage system.
What does it do for land management?
For land management, supposedly its intent, I'd say, is to make it easier.
Basically just destructive to have a big machine come in here more than once, you know?
Yeah. Should definitely try to keep our interference to a minimum.
Land management, by the way, is part of that whole 99% mental thing. You know?
Yes.
Being able to determine the most efficient way you can stick those trees into your piece.
Well, you show up to a piece and it'll like sort of look like some kind of a shape, right?
Yeah.
And this all really sort of depends on whether there's furrows in it or not. Like if they've trenched it with like big trenches that you're supposed to sort of follow to make your life easy, then you just sort of follow the trenches.
Right.
But if it's not, you sort of play it any way you like.
That bit's nice because it gives you more options for your planting.
You choose more where you're going to plant as opposed to scarified where you just follow their furrows. And you're a victim to scarifier's mistakes.
So kind of makes you a little bit more creative. Gets the brain cells a little bit more stimulated throughout the day.
And the basic theme is you start on one side of your piece or the other. You work your way to the back. You plant the back of it to see how big it is, all right? So the first move always would be just to do a massive L. Because you got to see what's back there. There could be a massive pocket back there. There could be anything. You have no idea in some of these pieces. And that's all you do. You sort of just move with like this flowing, I kind of think about it as myself as being like this, you know, in a movie when they're showing like a virus spreading or something like that. You basically want to be like this kick-ass virus that can like spread out real thin at first along the edge, right? and then just sort of like expand slowly in all directions, preferably at the same time. And if you're having a real good day, you can do that by planting trees to and from your cache the entire day.
The point of any planter, of course, is to bag up and then bag out by the time you get back to your trees, so you're not doing any unnecessary walking.
So ultimately, you never want to
stop planting.
Right.
Ultimately, that number of seconds between last and first tree of the next bag is, if that gets real small, planting gets scary because the numbers get stupid.